welcome Asha, Keddie and David Wenham. Congratulations on the show. Seriously, loved every single second of it.
Binge-worthy.
Yeah. It's a love story, but not a fun one. Is that fair?
Yes.
Yeah.
A discombobulating love story.
Yes.
A love story gone wrong.
Yeah, I think so. I feel like when I was watching it though, I was like, oh yeah. This seems very, very realistic, and it still has that tension throughout every single second.
Well, I guess that was our intention. You know, we wanted to make a really experiential drama so that you get to dive deep. The audience gets to dive deep into the psychology of both the characters, really. And it was so layered to work on that staying, you know, helping the audience to stay in that POV of Birdie, and then eventually we get to look at Joe's perspective in episode 6 was really challenging, but that's what we set out to do, and it feels like it's connecting in that way.
It's relatable.
Yeah.
It's so relatable because there's lots of lonely people out there and it can easily be taken for a ride in love.
Yeah, I mean, I think it can happen to anybody, though, you know, no matter whether you're vulnerable or not. That's what was kind of so interesting, wasn't it?
Yes.
David,
I wanted to talk about your character, right, because it's unsettling. You're bad news. That's the only way I can put it. The character. No, your character, and you're such a nice guy. So how did you do it? How did you make the transition?
Well, Joe is a classic example of what would be known as a fantasist. There is no line between reality and fantasy. So I made the decision to make sure that every moment that I played in scenes with Birdie to be 100% truthful in every moment. So you couldn't actually pinpoint exactly where reality stopped for him and fantasy began. And I think that's the thing that makes it unsettling.
Yeah.
Even more unsettling, it's a true story. It's based on a Good Weekend article that became a book by Stephanie Wood. Why do people, and I found that when I was watching this, why do we ignore red flags when it comes to love?
This is the question, isn't it? I think, I mean, we talked a lot about this. Do you want to answer this?
Well, I just said, I think we want to see the best in people. I think we want to believe in the best in people.
We want to trust people.
Yeah, we want to trust. That's the word. Yeah.
And if someone's lonely, same thing.
Yeah.
You know, they might ignore the warning signs because someone wants to talk to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. But there's also, you know, we also explore the myth, the princess myth, I guess, if you like, that you know, you can grow up thinking, well, certainly people of my age grew up thinking that you would meet the one is going to come along, you know, and I think Birdie really wants it to work. She wants Joe to be the one. And so she pushes her instinct down, you know, time after time after time, as you can see, and it's fairly brutal.
Talk about subverting that trust. Did you find that you took that into your real lives? Like, was there any moment that you left set and you were just like started to get really suspicious of people being like, hang on a second, wait?
No.
No, would be the answer to that particular question. But what was interesting, I had a conversation with an ex-federal police officer who now works as a private investigator, and he gets hired to go and see if people are cheating and whatever. And he asks the people who hire him for his services, what do you know about that person? Yeah. And normally people say, well, he says he's this, he's this, he's this, he's this, and then he'll say, stop, that's what he's told you. Yeah. What do you know?
Oh, OK.
Which is really unsettling,
you know?
because
I hate that.
we realise that ultimately we're reliant on pretty much everything that people tell us.
Do you ever really know who you love? You know?
Yeah.
That's why it's so good. It's so good.
Oh,
so
God.
good.
Now, David, this is the first time I've met you, and I would never forgive myself if I didn't do this. Growing up, my mum was a huge Sea Change fan.
Oh, God.
And she had a crush on Diver Dan.
Who didn't?
Okay? And it was very... You said your character's unsettling. It was unsettling for me to watch her watching that. But could you do me a favour?
Very unsettling for me to say, yeah, what's her name?
Her name is Catherine. I've written this on the
Catherine.
Here we go.
Okay, here we go. Hi, Catherine, Diver Dan here. Well, I just want to say I appreciate you and your son here. I've forgotten his name. He's the most impressive man I've ever met in my life. I'll see you soon, Catherine. Lots of love, Diver Dan.
child now.
That's the best.
Oh my God, thank you.
It's so good.
Apparently.
She is.
Your mum. Yeah.
Oh my God. And stay away from her, mate. All right?
Make sure that you see Fake. It is out today exclusively on Paramount Plus. Would you please thank Asher, Keddie and David Wenham?